not sure what's happening with the hair. It always has kind of a mind of its own. I've never understood how girls can like flip down and then flip back up and they look like goddesses, because when I do that, I just look like a cat who's gone through the spin cycle. We're just gonna roll with it. Tuck that shit right out of frame. Hi, my name is Rosika and welcome to my channel, The Midnight Reader. I am sandwiched between editing very large videos. I just finished my end of 2021 wrap-up. I'm shooting a December wrap-up right now. I am in the middle of editing a lot of shit. And it's a little bit tedious. I've also gone back to work, which is great because I'm a nurse and there's nothing wrong with healthcare in the United States right now. I'm just kidding, it's a dumpster fire. But anyway, I'm doing fine. To my great delight, I was tagged by Jay from my Quarter Life Crisis. She's hysterical. I deign to be her internet book friend, but she tagged me in a New Year's tag, and I think the questions from this are originally from 2021. I don't know who created it. We're gonna do it for 2022. If I figure it out, I'll link it below. And to paraphrase Jay, I need a win right now. I need an easy video that's easy to shoot that I could maybe even put up today. We'll see how ambitious I am. So question 1, how many books are you planning to read in 2022? So I kind of answered this in my end of year video. I read 106 books for the year 2021. I'm dropping that number. That number is a little much for me being able to read conscientiously and not feel pressured to finish stuff that I would otherwise not, because I'm a competitive asshole. So I'm probably going to read somewhere in the range of 50 to 80 books this year. I'm not picking a specific number. 50 to 80 books is usually the amount of books that is my happy place. Question number 2, name 5 books you didn't get to this year, but want to make a priority in 2022. I really want to read Project Hail Mary by Andy Weir. Weir? Who cares? That one is not that I haven't wanted to read it, it's just that it's insanely popular at my library. I think the wait list was originally around 9 months. I'm moving down the list. It should hopefully come during the year 2022. Next, I'd actually like to continue on my path of reading the Wheel of Time series by Robert Jordan. I originally started reading the series maybe 2 years ago. The TV show just came out and it's really inspiring me to pick it up again. However, the Wheel of Time is really effing long. And despite it being an older series, it isn't available at my library other than the first 2 books, which is problematic for me because they're kind of dry in sections and repetitive in sections. The audiobooks are hysterically long. I don't like the narrator of the narrations I've been able to find. It kind of sounds like he's reading a cookbook dramatically. I do have a friend who I could maybe borrow the books from, but I happen to know that this is not a book series that I will finish if I have to read it on paper books. This is a book series I want to finish on my Kindle, but that's not currently an option for me. So who knows? Maybe in the year 2022, the Wheel of Time series will miraculously be available on e-reader for free for me, and I can move on to the next book, which I think is The Lord of Chaos. I finished 5. I have to move to the 6th book. I need to get to ACOTAR, A Court of Mist and Fury, because I haven't wanted to film a review of A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas until I've read A Court of Mist and Fury, which life has been busy lately, but I'm going to get to. It's one of those things that when I start reading, I'm just not going to stop, which is probably why I haven't started it. But I do need to get to that. Next, this book has been on my nightstand, on my very tiny physical TBR pile, just gathering dust. I know I will love it. I just need to start reading it, and I haven't. And that's Ariadne by Jennifer Saint. I love all things Grecian. I love mythological retellings. I know I'll love this. I just haven't started it. Maybe 2022? And then another book I really want to get to, there's going to be a theme here, let's see if you can spot it, is Lonely Castle in the Mirror by Mazuki Tsujimura. That was a shot in the dark. I hope I was close. A lot of booktubers who I follow have been super into this book. I just can't find it for free, and I refuse to find it not for free. I have a little bit of fun money saved that was gifts from family members, but I'm really hesitant to buy it because often books that are super well reviewed by other booktubers I wind up hating, and this is how I keep accruing books that I don't actually like on my bookshelf, and why my bookshelf never represents the books that I love because I read them on audiobook or e-reader. Number 3, what genre or genres do you want to read more of? Maybe more sci-fi, honestly. I didn't read a ton of sci-fi last year, and I super enjoy it. I'd like to read some other books by Jasper Fjord, because I read Shades of Grey in 2021, and I thought that book was super interesting. I guess it's a little sci-fi in the sense that it's kind of steampunk, but I do really enjoy sci-fi. Also, Dark Matter by Blake Crouch, and obviously Andy Weir. So there's some books I want to get to. But yeah, sci-fi was a little underloved last year, so I'm hoping to read more this year. Question 4. Name 3 non-related book goals for 2022. I'd like to go home to see my family, who I haven't got to go visit in 3 years now. Thanks, COVID. I haven't been able to travel home. I did get to see my parents this year, which was wonderful, but I miss my family, and it would be nice to go home. Goal number 2, maybe fix the last of my medication. My health is almost fixed, but I need to make an appointment with a doctor to tweak one of my meds, and I'm just too lazy to do it. So maybe less health issues this year. 3, have a life. I finally have the joy of having a set schedule where I have weekends off, which is not something that has happened to me in a decade, because when you're a nurse, you work 24/7, 365, holidays, weekends, they're made up, they don't matter. I actually have a Monday through Friday schedule now. I don't have to work nights, I don't have to work holidays, and I don't have to work weekends. So maybe use those things to go camping and go see stuff and do day trips. And that sounds fun, doesn't it? I haven't had the opportunity to have a life in some time, so I think I'm going to take advantage of that. Number 5, what's a book you've had forever that you still need to read? This is my story of shame. I stole this book in college, and by stole, I mean I lent it and promised to return it. And it's been like 12 years. So this is my shame, because it was one of his favorite books and I never returned it. And multiple times over the last few years, I've had extreme bouts of guilt where I've emailed this person, been like, what's your address so I can send something to you? And occasionally they give it to me, and then I try to send it back, and then I just don't, because I'm a terrible person. Probably at this point, I should just get rid of it, but I also can't, because it's not my book to get rid of, and I still haven't read it, which was the original purpose of me borrowing it. And that is Jingo by Terry Pratchett. I'm really sorry, Matthew. If you ever watch this, give me your address and I'll mail it to you. I'm probably never gonna not feel guilty about this, and I honestly just need to read it, because I need to overcome the guilt and shame of thieving someone's favorite book. I should really read this. Alright, future Rosica, you're gonna watch this video in a year, and if you didn't read this, feel more guilt and shame. Number 6, one word you're hoping 2022 will be. I'm stealing Jay's answer. Better. I'd like it to be better. I'd just like it to be better than 2021. 2020, actually, I made through relatively unscathed, despite it being a dumpster fire. A lot of shit piled on me, though, in 2021, let me tell ya. It's a low bar for 2022. We're hoping, though. I think that is what I'm actually gonna say. When I pop a bottle of bubbly this night, I'm gonna wish for just a year that's just better. Number 7, tag a friend. I'm actually not going to tag a friend on this video. Sorry. It's because I'm going to film another tag very soon to celebrate having 100 subscribers, and I'm going to tag a bunch of people in that one. So I'm going to try not to irritate everyone by tagging them twice in rapid succession. So if you want to do this tag, I officially tag you. You're knighted, you're tagged, the whole shebang, okay? If you decide to do the tag, drop me a comment, because I'd love to see your videos. Happy New Year to everyone, and here's hoping 2022 is just one fucking iota of better. Happy reading.